Hello Virgo, thank you for tuning into your love read, nope, your general read. For the main part, I'm using the Daily Tarot by Renata Lechner. For the supportive oracle cards, I'm using the Magical Spell cards by Lucy Cavendish. General read. This week is general read, yes. Okay. Oh! That card popped out when I was shuffling, and it showed up again. I should have... Alright, so... the last card where this is ending up is the romance card. So things are going to work out. It starts really well, it ends really well. I don't know what's going on here in the center. Virgo, right? Okay, we're doing Virgo. So the center is like, meh. Starts well, ends well. You got Captain Happy Pants here in the middle, which is the devil card, and I always kind of try to make light of him because he can be overly intimidating, especially in this deck, because I hate the card in this deck. I just hate it. But he doesn't have to be all that intimidating. He's a challenge to be faced, to be overcome. He's here in the action line. We'll get to him in a minute. Let's see what he has to say. I don't like him. I just hate that card so much. I can't explain. Like, there's so many decks I have. I have so many decks. And this deck, this card, I just don't like him. I do not like him. This is coming in. This energy is coming in, and it's pulling in a third card here. It seems to all be kind of flowing congruently. Like one is blurring into the next, blurring into the next. So the first part of this that's blurring into the next part, organization with victory. Like, I feel like you seem to be the organization side, but you're definitely connected with the victory, of course. But I'm getting, like, you're not the only one who's upholding the organization of this situation. The regimented feeling, the dependability. Things need to get done. I feel like you're a part of making sure that things get done on time and on schedule. Things stay in orders. Things keep on schedule. They keep going in the right time, in the right order. And you're a part of that victory because I feel like you're a part of that part especially. And I'm getting it's blurring into harvest. We're starting out with all these oracle cards. Like, what you're doing and how this is working out is producing a harvest that seems like it's very good. Everything feels really good. But the harvest is saying, you reap the grain from this harvest, and then you're either, putting things away for next season, or you're getting things ready for the next time you harvest. Because there's certain things, like I want to say grains. I could be wrong. I'm definitely not a farmer. But I want to say you harvest that 3 times, maybe 2, I think, depending on what you're doing. Certain things you harvest like 3 times, I think. But I think corn you harvest once. I'm not sure how that works. I'm just guessing. Totally guessing. But the way this is coming through is like the first harvest is done. Getting ready for the next one. Because it's blurring into this 3 of Wands. Which I feel like the first harvest, or whatever, this current harvest is being finished up. It's finishing up. It's not completely done. And the next one seems to be starting out. Like the work on getting the next harvest, like sowing the seeds or preparing whatever you need to prepare for the next one, is starting now. Before the first one is finished, before that harvest is finished, the next one is starting. And I feel like to you that's premature. Because I'm getting on your side the 5 of Wands. Kind of like, I feel like you're saying this is overlapping. Overlapping is not good. This should not be overlapping. You can't start planting new seeds before the first harvest is complete. Like, don't start, planting new seeds in the same field that we haven't finished harvesting from yet. Like, I feel like you're looking at it that way. Like, we haven't finished this. We haven't finished. You can't start something new in the same spot before we finished. It's almost like you're having a meeting in a room. You're finishing up your meeting, and the next meeting is starting to filter in and starting to fill up the seats for the next meeting, and you're just like, no, we're not done. You can't. This is overlap. This is not cool. No, no, no. And I feel like to you this is chaos. The Five of Wands, to me, this is like, that card is a very chaotic card to me. Things are starting too fast for the next one. You're like, this is off schedule. This shouldn't be coming in this quickly. Too soon. No, we're not done with this. We're not done with this part. No, you're overlapping. That's causing problems. That can make a lot of problems happen. Don't do that. And I feel like you're very vocal about this. Like, no, this is a bad idea. So you're pointing this out, and I feel like as this is, like, I feel like the harvest is finishing, and it's halfway you're halfway through the next one, ramping up to go, and people are agreeing with you, like, oh yeah, like, oh, that didn't go right, we shouldn't have done it that way, because I'm getting people are agreeing, like this is the regret card in my opinion, the disappointment card. It's not the 10 of Swords. It's not as intimidating as that. But this is basically somebody makes a misstep, and they're like, "Oh, I wish I really didn't do that." They're under their own stress. They're causing their own stress. The 10 is more about what happens to you. The 9 is what you're doing to yourself. That's kind of how I view them. So people are kind of like, "Oh yeah, this is wrong. We made that went wrong. Like this is set up wrong because we did that. We got to redo things." But and people are agonizing over it. The Knight of Swords is at the bottom here saying this is the energy you're dealing with. People are all a kerfuffle, talking to themselves and within themselves. People are like, oh no, that was wrong. You know, the Virgo was right, whoever you are. The Virgo was right, we shouldn't have done that, but now things have started wrong. Now we have to redo it. There's all this kerfuffle. I feel like there's all this kerfuffle with the Knight of Swords because I feel like there's more than one Knight of Sword. And people are just, it feels like a kerfuffle. That's the best way I could say it. Like, I don't know how to say it. Like, there's a little, people are just like, they're not really arguing, but they're like disagreeing, and they're just like, no, this, no, that, no, this. It's a kerfuffle. To me, that's a kerfuffle. Apparently, I like the word kerfuffle right now. See, now this is where Captain Happy Pants shows up. Like, I mean, seriously, look at this. I don't know why. I guess it's not that bad, but to me, I hate this card. I can't stand this card. The way that person's looking, I'm just like, ugh. I'm like, go away. Go home, devil. Go home. That's how I feel like. Just go. Get away from me. And I feel like the reason this is popping in here is he's really aggravating. I don't usually get this aggravated with this card, but I'm getting this. Everybody's just going left and right. It's like chickens with their heads cut off, just all over the place. The Devil card is telling me nobody's taking the reins and organizing this ridiculousness, and I feel like you're trying to, but it's there's so many components. It's hard to get a hold of the person. Like there might be a situation here where the person who's supposed to be grabbing the hold of the reins, they originally did and made a misstep, and now they're gun shy or they're a little nervous about taking the reins again and making another mistake. I just feel like there's too many chiefs and not enough Indians. That's maybe an outdated term. I probably shouldn't use that. I think you know what I'm saying, though. Like this is a kerfuffle. The kerfuffle is just getting worse because nobody seems to be able to get a hold of it and direct it. People are just all over the place. It's ridiculous. So I feel like that doesn't last too long because I'm getting like this. It gets worse, and I'm getting like. I'm feeling like people are getting a little bit more aggravated, and people are starting, instead of people saying we should do this, we should do that, it's turning into you did this, you did that. I feel like this is becoming the blame card. And I feel like that's what the devil is saying. This is saying, oh no, it's your fault. Oh no, it's your fault. Oh well, if the Virgo didn't say that, we never would have stopped, which is not fair either. But that's kind of what's going back and forth. Like people are just trying to blame whoever they can. It's not my fault, it's your fault. It's not your fault, it's their fault. It's like ridiculous. I feel like you're finally fed up with this. And I feel like you're probably looking at this like, oh, I was fed up with this before it started. That's okay. But the courage card is popping in here in the center. Like I'm getting, see, this is connected with you. This really is how I'm feeling. And I don't know how that feels to you, but you've got the Two of Pentacles here with the courage card. And I feel like you're sitting down or you're you're getting the key players as close to you as you can, and you're just saying, here's what I think we can do. We have a couple choices that would work out. Here are the choices you're seeing that would be viable options. And you're saying, this is what I see would actually work from this point going forward, how we could probably salvage some of what we've already done and continue forward, or you have other ideas about what you're seeing and what other people are saying. You've kind of compiled some information within yourself, and you're presenting it like, these are the options I'm seeing that could fix this situation. These are the options I see can actually correct and put us back on track. And I'm getting you're a part of the courage, but I feel like you're pulling in some other key players, people who can actually get a hold of this situation. You're pulling on their ear, you're tugging their ear, like saying, look, this is what we can do. Here's some of the options that can actually work out from here going forward. Instead of continuing with this ridiculousness, let's just like pick something, or get people together and like show them what options are available and pick something from there. And then we can get this back on track and get back in line with what we need to do. So you're a part of the courage, but I feel like you're also like backing up someone else who needs to have some courage to get a hold of this mess. And I feel like it's getting back in line. It seems like it's getting back in line, and I'm getting like the Page of Wands. I'm getting, you have an active part here, but I'm also getting like you have a very strong supportive strike here. I don't want. Do we want to use strike, or do we want to use like energy? Maybe energy is better, because I don't want it to sound like it's against you. But there's a very supportive feeling with you, and I'm getting you. You're helping bring forward like the options to move things forward, to get things back on track. But after somebody chooses or the choice has been made, you're very active about moving forward with it. But it's the Page energy, because the Page is usually a supporter, supports somebody. This is somebody, when the decision is made, this person helps carry it out or does what needs to be done to make sure everything works out. And I feel like you're moving forward and you're helping get this back online, especially because you're like, the situation has gone way too out of control. The sooner it's back in production the way it should be, the sooner it's moving forward the way it should be, the sooner we can move on from all these hurt feelings and this ridiculousness. So you're pushing forward to get it back online so you can leave this ridiculousness in the past and move on from it. I'm getting you do that, and that's where you get your romance card back. Everybody's getting along again. Things are back in line. Things are working out good. I don't feel like you have to deal with whatever this kerfuffle was in the center again. I don't feel like you want to bring it back up. I feel like you're looking at it like, done is done, let's just move on. Because there's no solving that. There's just no solving that. Just moving on from it and going forward. And it feels like things are really good again. It's just this really crazy moment that things feel like they're out of line enough that you're like, I don't need to touch on that anymore. Let's just move on from it. There's nothing else. There's nothing else with that. Okay, I think we're good. All right, I'm going to wrap that up there. I hope that helps. Thank you for watching. If you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James, the number 4, astral@gmail.com. Thank you.